Hello, Business Finance 330 students. This is Professor Hassey again for our Week 6 update video. Today's date is Saturday, December 3rd. It's bright and early in the morning, and you'll be posted this before the noon hour on Saturday to close down week number 6. We're finishing our study of capital budget analysis, highlighted by an assignment number 4, which is due this Sunday, December 4th. And it will cover a problem to determine the capital budget return analysis of an investment of $750,000. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Let's just take a look at Blackbird and make sure Blackboard and where we are coming into this closing of week number 6. Okay, as you can see, we have basically two grades left. Assignment number 3, which is due this Sunday, and then the final examination, which we posted next weekend, which will be involving and due December 18th, the last day of our class. Remember, the course assessment case paper has been canceled by your professor. You all should thank your lucky stars I did that. Don't worry about that. That material is being included in your final examination. Another thing that's been added this week, in addition to our final 2 grades, which you have assignment 3 and the final examination, which will be posted next weekend. As a matter of fact, I plan on posting that next Friday to give you a few extra days to work on that. We also have a review session. If any of you would like a review session for the final examination, that will be next Saturday, December 10th, from 9 in the morning till 10 in the morning via Zoom. And there is the link to that session. So naturally, as you know, we have student hours every Thursday night at 6 o'clock, but that seems to be not a very popular time for my classes this fall. I haven't had too much participation, but you will have an opportunity. If I post the final examination a day before, you'll have time to review it, look at it, and answer and have any questions about that. We have a review session on Saturday, December 10th at 9 in the morning that you can come on and ask me some questions. Matter of fact, as I'm speaking, I just decided I will go ahead and post the final examination on Thursday of the coming week, December 8th. I will post that final examination, so you'll have a little bit more than a day to review it before coming to review session Saturday morning. So review session Saturday morning, it's voluntary, 9 to 10 a.m. Get up and have breakfast with Professor Hassey next Saturday. So if you remember, this week we're doing assignment number 3. Assignment number 3, which is due on Sunday. Assignment number 3 is taking into account chapters 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, all in one fun problem. The best thing about the problem is, which comes out of chapters 11 and 12, is how to calculate the cost of capital, which we did discuss earlier this week in my video. But in assignment number 3, I give you the cost of capital. You do not have to calculate it. It's 9%. Awesome, but you will have to calculate the cost of capital in your final examination in a couple of weeks. So this is taking a look at doing a capital budget analysis to determine the cash flow of an investment of $750,000 over 5 years with all the various variables, and determining the net present value, the internal rate of return, profitability index, and payback for this particular case. I have provided, as part of the materials of this assignment, the spreadsheet, which all you have to do to fill out is to combine these variables into the spreadsheet to determine the net cash flow and do your calculations based on the variables given in the case. So your job is to download this spreadsheet and complete it. Do all the arithmetic, figure out all the percentages, calculations. Remember, all decimals should be to 2 percentage points. You're calculating these 4 areas of your study. And then one last thing you do on the spreadsheet, in your interpretation after you do this analysis, will this project be a go or will this project be a no-go? based on your interpretation. If you were granting the approval of this investment of $75,000, 750,000, would you go ahead with this project? So that's your decision in this project. Now remember, the capital budgeting process, what you're doing in assignment 3 is to determine these 5 things. This is the whole scenario of chapters 8 through 12 is these 6 points, but you do not have to worry about the risk analysis, scenario, and sensitivity in this class. You are to concentrate on the first 5. What is the asset investment? What is the depreciable life? What is the net income of the project? What is the net cash flow of the project? And what is the return analysis based on the cost of capital of the project? That's your job. And so, as remember, we talked about this in our week on our work earlier this week. We learned how to do the weighted average cost of capital. Remember, in assignment number 3, that number is given to you. Then we looked at an example of an investment analysis here in our video, and this is what your assignment 3 should look like pretty much. It should take this information. Now, naturally, the life is a little bit different. In this example we did in class, it was 10 years. You're going to be doing 5 years. So your job is to condense this down into 5 years, use the variables given in the assignment, and this is your work for assignment number 3. Naturally, the project, as we just saw in the project template, the assignment template, the cost of capital is given as 9%. The rest of the work you do on your own. But this is your template, and please review that video of our week number 6. This is a key thing because it tells us a lot of important things about financial management. It tells us, number 1, where we're going to invest our assets in to generate return for our investors. And number 2, is that return enough to satisfy the needs of what we need to satisfy our investors and make enough money to continue growing the company. And it's all encompassed in this analysis. What it cost us to get the money? What are the various production and marketing results, costs, income? What is the analysis in the financial management perspective of NPV, IRR, profitability index, and payback? It all is encompassed in this one set of discipline, this one problem. And this is very important to your future analysis in your business studies. You're going to be using this in your capstone problem at the end of your business studies, the Business 496 class. If any of you go on to MBA or master's studies, this is used a lot in master's work. How to interpret the return of investment of an assets over time using discounted cash flows, taking the money into the future. Remember that we were projected out $2.4 million of net project return, but that's going out 10 years. What is the value of that $2.4 million today? Well, it's 1.5 million when we discount it back at our cost of capital. In this case, it was 8.75%. What does that concept mean, and how do we relate it to the investment decisions we're making today in year 0? This is a very important concept. In your final examination, I will be giving you this analysis. I'll be giving you a spreadsheet with the analysis already completed. And then your job would be to write an essay that tells me what this tells you about this particular investment decision. So very important concept in finance. And please take your time, do this correctly. Make sure you take the example of what we used in class and correlate that down into the template that I provided you for this assignment. Okay, so for this weekend of week 6, you are completing your assignment 3 study, posting that this Sunday, and then your next work will be to review the material of week number 7 and 8, and I will be giving you a final examination next week, and we'll have a review session next Saturday, December 10th, if you so desire. Well, that'll be your final course grade for this class, the final examination, which will be your work over these last 2 weeks of our course. So make sure also, if some of you have been late in posting your assignments, just make sure that I've done my homework and posted all your grades. I will post the grades for assignment 3 prior to when I distribute the final examination, just so you know where you stand heading in to the final weeks of our course. And also this week, you'll probably be getting an email from the University of Laverne about your course evaluation of this class heading out into the final weeks. I'll talk more about that in my lecture video this coming Monday. So everybody have a great weekend. Wrap up your assignment number 3, and we'll see you for the final 2 weeks on Monday. Thanks, everybody. Adios.